Well, Liz joins us. Nice to see you, Liz.
Hi, Greta. Good to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so you think that it was wrong to read the Miranda rights. Tell me what you would have done and why.
You know, I think, Greta, what we had here was just, unbelievable heroism on the part of the Boston Police Department, on the part of the other first responders, to catch this guy and bring him in alive. And the purpose of having him alive is so that you can ask him questions, so that you can understand, for example, where was it that they learned how to make what appear to have been very complicated detonator devices for these bombs? Where was it that they received the financing for the bombs? What was the older brother doing in Russia? What are their ties to radical Islamic Jihad? There are a whole range of questions that our national security would be improved and enhanced if we had answers to. But instead, once again, we had the Obama administration really rush in to let him know that he has the right to remain silent and to make sure there's a public defender there. So you can be sure now that we won't be able, as you've been discussing, to get the answers to those questions.
What I thought was interesting, if I understand Senator Lindsey Graham correctly, is that what he was proposing is that by making him an enemy combatant, that he would be turned over to the military to be questioned for a period, 30 days, and whatever he said during that 30 days could not be used against him when he gets turned back over for a federal trial. I think that's what he said. Which is different than I think what some people thought he meant originally. But anyway, I also thought it was interesting that the defendant is, according to the magistrate, and we have a copy of the transcript from the hearing, from the court hearing today, is that he is alert, mentally competent, and lucid. They did talk to him a little bit, so I guess they might have gotten some information out of him the last day or so, would you expect?
You know, I think what we have to do here, Greta, as you're pointing out, is separate the whole notion of what would be admissible in a criminal trial. I think there's very little doubt that he will be found guilty in a criminal trial, that he very likely will receive the death penalty. There's a lot of evidence out there that points towards his conviction. That's not the issue, though. And I think what we're seeing is, unfortunately, a pattern with the Obama administration. They are very hesitant. We've seen now time and time again, they come out after an attack like this, after Fort Hood, for example, after the underwear bomber, after this terrorist attack. Janet Napolitano comes out and says, oh, lone actor, no connection to international terrorism. There's no way they know that. And in fact, there's a lot of evidence that points in the opposite direction. They seem very hesitant to assert or even, frankly, investigate any ties to Islamic Jihad. They don't want to talk about Islamic Jihad. And when you face the fact that that is the world that we live in, there is a war underway. We are, frankly, being attacked by Islamic jihadists. When you've got a government that instead wants to, immediately put everybody into the criminal justice system and stop asking questions, I think it raises real concern.
Liz, thank you. And I agree that he's probably going to get convicted. When you commit a crime on tape, you usually get convicted. Anyway, Liz, thank you. And on